Sugar Ray Leonard has the skill, the ability ultimately to become the welterweight champion of the world. And you see him there, not quite as he was at Montreal during the Olympic Games, because he has developed so in the chest and shoulders as they take the green robe off him. He wasn't nearly that big, not in terms of weight, but in muscular development at Montreal. And he is ready for his opponent tonight, Angelo Dundee, of course, handling the boxing future at the professional level for Sugar Ray Leonard. The opponent tonight, quite frankly, oh, there's his son on his sock. And of course, Sugar Ray is a man who believes in symbols and signs like those. He had a dollar sign on his robe tonight, several of them, because he felt it was funny to show the people of Vegas, who were so concerned with gambling dollars, that he was aware of where he was. And that's the opponent, Augustin Estrada, Mexican fighter. Quite frankly, a journeyman, but capable of being the spoiler, a testing step in the developing career of Sugar Ray Leonard. Estrada, like all of the Mexican fighters we have seen throughout the many Olympiads we have covered, very tough to knock out. Very tough. Great stamina, great durability. Estrada weighed in at 139, Sugar Ray at 145. Now here in Nevada, for this fight, we are boxing under Nevada rules, the 5-point must system of scoring. The 3 knockdown rule has been waived. Mandatory 8 count. No saving by the bell. Sugar Ray has just been introduced to the crowd. We have a packed house here tonight. Absolutely packed. And the place is littered, literally littered with celebrities. At ringside, Rod Steiger, Bill Cosby, Muhammad Ali. One can see them one after another as the instructions are now given. The referee will be Joey Chandler, veteran referee. No voice in the scoring. The judges, Art Lurie, Harold Buck, and Dave Moretti. They're all seasoned officials. They are the ones who will vote. The ring size, 20 feet, big size ring. Should be very helpful to Sugar Ray Leonard, to anybody with his speed of feet and speed of hands. The bell for round 1, the action begins. As you watch Sugar Ray Leonard, one of the things to look for, the ability suddenly to burst with a right lead. Southpaw fashion. Stunningly effective blow in his last fight against tough Frankie Santor, who unfortunately in the second round damaged an ankle, torn ligaments, and after that, Sugar Ray cleaned up on him. Taking nothing away from Sugar Ray in that bout, though, he looked great. Quick, flashing left. It is the whole plan by Dundee in the development of Leonard to make the right match for him at the right time in the right stage of his development, which is, of course, the test of a good manager or trainer. Augustin Estrada to the right of your screen. Sugar Ray now to the right of your screen. Sugar Ray looking for opportunity to display the left and the combination. Faking a bolo punch with the right. Little mannerism of his. Often you'll see him looking like Ali, occasionally doing the shuffle. The minute he sees Estrada's left go down, he'll hit with the right lead. Another of Ali's talents when Ali was younger, the right lead being one of his great blows. But right now, Sugar Ray leading with the left. First round action. This is a scheduled 8th rounder. Sugar Ray in 4 previous fights has scored 2 knockouts and 2 decisions. Chris Schenkel, of course, with me at ringside. He'll be calling the Jerry Quarry Lorenzo Zanone fight voice. Sugar Ray excites the crowd. Up in Montreal, that whole remarkable American boxing team lived virtually in one room. And the core, as I said earlier, of their spirit was this young fighter. Sugar Ray Leonard will land to left in that exchange. Counting down to the end of round one. Hands are so quick. Estrada must not keep his hands low, picking up his pants. Bell has just sounded for the start of round two. Clearly, Sugar Ray Leonard had the first round. In terms of points, 5-point must system. Sugar Ray in the red trunks with the white stripes. And in the purple trunks, Augustin Estrada, the opponent from Mexico. Sugar Ray will give nothing away, not if he can help it. He'll fight cautiously. He'll use the head fakes like that. Look for his opportunity to score. In and out, as you just saw. Trying to rough him up on the inside will be Estrada. But with Leonard, it can be a dangerous tactic. Estrada will also try to go to the midsection. The thing about Estrada, whom I described as a journeyman, is he is capable upon occasion of an exceptional fight. Such was the case when he beat the highly ranked and highly regarded Termite Watkins in San Antonio. Termite Watkins, Damon Runyon-esque expression. So far, just a cautious boxing contest. Sugar Ray fights in flurries, and you can sense the crowd waiting for the first succession of blows that will come in those swift combinations. But Estrada working inside, and a tough little cookie. There are the quick hands of Leonard. Coming up to the 2-minute mark in the round. Minute left to go, and this the second round of a scheduled 8-round. Fighters, of course, wearing 8-ounce gloves. The ring, as I mentioned, is 20 feet, which is a good-sized ring, and right there you saw Sugar Ray getting the left in, followed by the right. We often use the word combination. It's not, in technical boxing terms, merely the landing of a left and right in combination. The real combination is the landing of the two blows to a designated area, the area you're really aiming for, in order to render maximum punishment to the opponent. "20 seconds left in round two. We're live from Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the first of 3 bouts. Sugar Ray Leonard scoring repeatedly with those quick hands to Estrada's face. Second round in, coming up. The start of round 3. So far, no knockdowns, no telling punches, but Sugar Ray giving a boxing lesson with his tremendous hand and foot speed to Augustin Estrada. So far, third round action. A little bit the way Sugar Ray fought at Montreal. Didn't know much about the opponents, had to be cautious, felt his way through the 3 rounds, which is Olympic boxing. Almost off balance there as Estrada pursued it. Estrada constantly trying to force the battle inside. Register punishment up close. Leonard wanting to keep the opponent away, keep dancing, use that flicking left, which comes so quickly, following it up with right. He has yet to use the right lead I talked about at the start of the bout. Hasn't found the right opportunity. Remarkably poised young man. Proved it in especially one way at Montreal. Every man he fought was a southpaw, and that's tough. Southpaws find it hard to even get professional fights in this country. And yet, he developed a style that beat them all. Stayed out of the range on the far side of the right foot, so the southpaw could never land with his great strength, which of course is the left hand. This young man is boxing wise for 22, amazingly so. See him try and stay away, keep his distance, and score. Wild right missed by Estrada. We great respect for the Mexican fighters in the lower weight classifications through the years. We saw one of them win a disputed gold medal contest against Al Robinson in the '68 Olympics at Mexico City, Antonio Roldan, in the featherweight classification. And so many have been like Antonio. Durable, capable of absorbing all kinds of punishment, and always coming on. Sugar Ray has yet to go 8 rounds. Sugar Ray now with the first flurry, sensing the opportunity as Estrada felt he was getting to Sugar Ray on the inside. So quickly, Estrada goes back to the tactics of the hands up before the face. Defensing Sugar Ray from outside. Right. 15 seconds left in this, the third round. Sugar Ray backing off, almost slipping, almost losing balance. The end of the round coming up. All right, we're going to stay at ringside. There's Jimmy Young waiting in his dressing room. That young man will astonish you with his sensibility. Sensibility, I mean a sense of who he is, where he's at. Tommy Lasorda, one of the many celebrities here, the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, the doty little southpaw of the past. Bill Cosby here, too, at ringside. Two of so many who are here, because in truth, Young against Norton is about the best bout you could have in this country, unless you had Ali fighting either of them. The very great actor, Rod Steiger, right there. And the crowd rising now, cheering somebody coming in whom we can't... Oh, it's Red Fox. Red Fox, whom you see on ABC. Good to have you with us, Red. As the bell rings for the start of round 4. Tough to knock out a guy like Estrada. Maybe not so tough to outpoint him. A lot of scar tissue on his face. He's been cut many times. But so far, Sugar Ray has not been able to cut him. If they come from Mexico, they have a way of steadily coming at you. No matter the blows, they keep coming at you. Remember a couple of months back when we did Estrada against Rodriguez in San Juan, Puerto Rico? I mean, Escalera against Rodriguez? Rodriguez did nothing for 8 rounds. By the end of the fight, he had Fredo Escalera stumbling, holding on. Sugar Ray Leonard, the right of your screen. Augustin Estrada in the purple trunks, to the left of your screen. Minute 20 seconds into the 4th round. No question that thus far, Sugar Ray has dominated the bout. In a point sense, boxing sense. We're on the 5-point must system here in Las Vegas. 3 officials score the fight. The referee commands the fight within the ring, has no voice in the score. The referee is Joey Chandler. Sugar Ray looking for opportunity. Not finding it perhaps as easy as he thought. Completely dominant. Estrada there with a couple of rights. Estrada with a right lead. Counting down to the end of round 4. Sugar Ray is finding it tough to get the kind of good, clean shot at Estrada that he wants. working to the midsection. Coming up, the end of round 4. Fifth round action live, Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada. Sugar Ray Leonard at 145 against Augustin Estrada of Mexico at 139. First 4 rounds dominated in a boxing sense by Sugar Ray Leonard, but still Sugar Ray unable against this tough Mexican opponent to get the kind of clean shots he wants. There's been one typical Sugar Ray flurry, but Estrada was not hurt, not even resemble a man going down. There have been no knockdowns in the fight. Feature thus far the quickness of Leonard's hands and the determination of Augustin Estrada. You see that quick left getting in there. Estrada not scoring, punching away, but not really scoring. Keeps those gloves up, tucks everything in, as it were. We're a minute into the 5th round. See those quick hands get in there? A couple of blows didn't. A couple were picked off by Estrada, but some got in. That left got in, and then the right. Late in the 4th round, Sugar Ray started to go down to the midsection, hoping to draw down the guard of Estrada, which has been effective with those gloves couched in front of his face. Estrada has from time to time tried to go to the midsection too. What we have to look for here is whether Sugar Ray's strength ebbs. He's not had to go 8 rounds yet. Frankie Santor was a scheduled 8-rounder, but it didn't go that long. Estrada just got in a left and a right to Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray fights back. We've seen Sugar Ray hurt. He was hurt at Montreal by Valery Limasov of the Soviet Union. He was not hurt by his Cuban opponent in the finals, Andres Andamas, who was a very good fighter, by the way. What you have to remember is Soviet and Eastern European so-called amateur fighters and the Cubans, for that matter. Look at that. There's a quick, typical Sugar Ray flurry. Those so-called amateur fighters I just mentioned are almost professional in caliber in American terms. Sugar Ray says they're professional. Sugar Ray scoring well now in this, the 5th round. Estrada keeps fighting back, though pinioned against the ropes. As you can see, we're counting down to the end of the 5th round. Oh! He got him into the midsection, and suddenly Estrada went down. Sugar Ray Leonard, who can fool you with his punching power. The count. And the bell for the end of the round with Estrada on his feet. Quickly, let's look at the knockdown punch again. Estrada against the ropes. He had been fighting back, though pinioned against there. Sugar Ray with that left into the midsection. And that was the blow. Estrada went down. Perhaps another angle. Yes, here. As you watch Sugar Ray, in came the left, and that was it for Estrada. He was knocked down. At ringside, as I mentioned before, Muhammad Ali, still the heavyweight champion of the world, having a little bite. Kenny Norton, who's well aware of his challenge tonight in his dressing room, and Jimmy Young, the hands now being bandaged, well aware of his challenge tonight in his dressing room. Looks a little languid, doesn't he? But as I said, he knows where he's at. The mouthpiece goes into Estrada. We have had one knockdown in the fight. You just saw it at the close of the 5th round. A left to the midsection did the job by that young man, Sugar Ray Leonard, who has the look of a beautiful young fighter. And quickly, he sped across the ring to get at Estrada. Combination, one after another. The hand and foot speed, wanting to put an end to it. Sensing what he sensed so often with his consecutive victories at Montreal. Sugar Ray Leonard drawing a crowd reaction instantly with that speed across the ring to get at the opponent. But the opponent remains standing. This is 6th round action. Sugar Ray Leonard dominant in the fight with one knockdown scored at the end of the 5th round. Punishing left to the midsection. Now, seeing that he couldn't put the opponent away, getting cautious, the wise thing to do. couldn't have a better teacher than Angie Dundee, nor a better trainer than Dave Jacobs, who's been with him from the beginning. Don't leave yourself open. When the opponent's in trouble, if you find that somehow he's putting it together, that he's tough to get away, just fight your fight. Look for the next opportunity. Look at Estrada there with a left and a right. This is a good developing fight for Sugar Ray Leonard, developing in terms of developing his career. Lower right-hand corner of your screen shows the countdown. Sugar Ray now. Again, Estrada's in a little bit of trouble. Sugar Ray sensing he can end it. Now trying to do just that. Estrada down on one knee. The count. This is the 6th round, the second knockdown of the fight. 3, and it's over. Sugar Ray Leonard showing his jubilation. And why not? The young man has just captured his 5th consecutive professional victory, his 3rd knockout. Augustin Estrada gave it a shot, but he wasn't able to do anything about Sugar Ray. This is the final flurry. Estrada, quite frankly, at this point had enough. You see him staggered. Combinations of Leonard coming, some landing, some missing, but finally Estrada went down. Let's look at it from another angle. Now watch, the left, the right. Estrada trying to cover up. Sugar Ray going with a right to the belly, a left that was picked off, a right to the belly, then a left to the head, then a right, then missing. But Sugar Ray sensing he had the opponent, who seemed to have had quite enough at this point. And finally Estrada went down on that left knee. And that was it. Sugar Ray Leonard, the winner, by a knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen,
6th round.
The time, 1 minute 54 seconds of the 6th round. The winner, Sugar Ray Leonard.
1:54 for the fleet young Olympic champion in the light welterweight classification. And we'll be back at Caesar's Palace in a moment. Okay, we're with the young man who so shone at Montreal and who scintillated tonight with a 6th round knockout of Augustin Estrada. But he was a little tougher perhaps than you thought.
Well, how I knew I anticipated a tough fight. The Mexicans are tough, rugged, and gave me another class of learning professional fighting.
What do you feel you learned tonight?
I learned that body shots mean a great deal in professional boxing. And I also learned that you didn't get the gloves I promised you last time, and these are for you.
Well, you're very kind. But you learned that body shots is so important because it was your left to the belly in the 5th that first put him down.
Yeah, body shots are very important, Howard. I'm learning a great deal from Angelo, David Jacobs, and, of course, Jenks Morton.
Okay, congratulations to you.
Thanks.
You also proved you could go 6 and still knock a guy out, and you were ready to go 8. That was apparent. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Howard.
Shortly, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Quarry will be making his comeback in a 10-round heavyweight bout against Italian Lorenzo Zanon. We'll be back with more of this exclusive ABC Sports presentation after this from our local stations.